you pushed play on episode 46 of Fresh Floppies. So you should probably just let it keep playing. I
Reap
think.
what you sow.
She turned from a notion to an ogre and selected me.
What's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? You're currently tuning in to Fresh Floppies, a show wherein Noel and I, JD, discuss the comics that are coming out today. Every new Wednesday is new comic book day, and we grab a smattering, a handful, a sousson of comic books.
A sprinkling.
A sprinkling.
A sampling. Yeah. An amuse-bouche.
A murder of comic books.
We're lousy with new comic books.
That's right. So today we're going to get right into it. It's Action Comics number 1064 by Joshua Williamson.
Do I have to... This is issue 1064. Do I have to start with issue 1?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Because it's 1,000 issues
You should start with issue 1,000.
1,000?
And read 63 issues just to get
this. Well, I need to know if it makes sense.
You can jump right in, is what we're saying. This is House of Brainiac number 1 by Williamson and Sandoval. Did I do that right?
Rafa Sandoval.
Rafa, thank you. So the last couple of issues were from, what's his nuts? Jason Aaron, right?
Yeah, so...
It's like a 3-issue
Here's the deal.
Deal me in.
Joshua Williamson has been writing Superman proper, and then Action Comics has become an all-star book. I'm doing that with air quotes.
Well, I can hear
him. Just for the faithful listeners out there.
Yeah. It worked.
We're episode 46 in. I need to know if they know when I'm doing air quotes or not. Yeah. They're doing an all-star, it's like Superstar Superman thing where every 3 to 4 issues a new creative team will jump on of Action Comics, which is an incredibly disingenuous thing because these 3 issues are just an extension of the Superman book that's been going on for the last year and change.
Yeah.
So, cool. Fine, but if you're only pulling Superman... You have to get Action Comics for the next 3 issues.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of vital.
Shoot. I guess I should have gotten these 3 issues for my Superman subscribers.
Maybe, but then you'd have to only get these 3 issues for them because then maybe they would start complaining 4 issues in about like, well, I don't pull Action.
Yeah, that's when, as a retailer, these events drive people nuts.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do for my customers.
Also, the event itself is kind of weird. So this is the launch of House of Brainiac. It's issue 1 of this crossover event.
Yeah.
With air quotes, crossover. Yeah. Real quotes. Actual quotes, crossover. Crossover event. But it's, okay, so it's House of Brainiac number 1, or Action Comics 1064, which is House of Brainiac 1. And then next week is... Superman 13, which I guess is part 2, but there's a Green Lantern tie-in and a Power Girl tie-in. And then Superman House of Brainiac special,
which is 2.5.
One shot. It's 2.5. When has there ever been an event in the history of comic books where the one shot is like
takes place 3 issues in?
Right? Isn't it usually like the
that should have been this?
Yeah.
Right, you would think.
Okay, the content of the book.
Yeah. So I dropped off. I didn't drop off. I just was unable to keep up with.
I fell off a train and stopped reading.
That's right. Yeah, because I was in a coma. Action Comics and Superman, which I was really enjoying.
Yeah.
I was loving Joshua Williamson's Superman as drawn by
Jamal Campbell. I miss you.
So good.
Yeah.
But I was happy to jump back in, and I was immediately tickled. Like, it starts off with Lois Lane trying to have her first day off in a long time for a reason we never find out. And it was just delightful. And you're introduced immediately to all of the different super family members, which I love. I like a Bat family and a super family.
Oh, no, I love the concept of them. So I did also like this issue. It was really fun. It's very, like, old school comic booky. But it also is incredibly inorganic in an old school comic booky way.
I see, yeah.
Like, I just walked by the arcade where these 4 main characters are playing a game together, and I just high-fived this other main character walking through the street. Like, it was It was so on the nose and inorganic that for the first third of this entire issue, I thought Lois Lane was like in a coma dreaming this.
Because everybody's right
this
there.
This is a fabricated VR that she's living through because she's really captured.
Right,
that's literally what I thought the whole
that's
time.
funny.
Because it was so silly.
I assumed it was just silly comic book.
It's
3 of the main characters are in an arcade.
Four of the main characters are in an arcade, and then
early in the morning.
Yeah, and then I'm going out to do yoga, and they're in an arcade that's open.
Yeah,
and then she runs into Power Girl on her walk, as well as Bibbo, as well as it was just
even Lombard.
Oh, and in the middle of the street, Perry White is just hanging out and says, "Hey, Lois, we need to talk." Come on,
that was pretty funny.
I honestly thought that this was just fake.
But then we get. I actually really like Superman's too. Superman's morning workout quote.
Oh, that's my favorite part. Really high fives. Okay, this is a wonderful book. It's the beginning of an event where literally it starts raining Caesarians and Brainiac drones. Narnians.
Yeah.
And Brainiac drones into Metropolis, and everything goes to shit. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool.
I'm in.
Rafa Sandoval is
the colors, the art, everything about this is top notch. This is really quality DC, top tier whatnots. I'm very excited about reading more of this. I would say it was fresh AF.
Fresh AF. Yeah, this is really fresh. I really enjoyed this.
And then jumping into the Boom Studios lot.
I mean, it's a studio, so you can just jump into Boom Studios. We're jumping into
the Boom Studio.
Which houses Boom Studios, the publisher. But there's an exclamation point, and that's part of their branding.
Tony Fleece and Dave Wachter, Uncanny Valley, #1, a brand new, is it miniseries or is it ongoing?
I think it's a miniseries. I think it's 5 or 6 issues.
I think that the first half of this book is delightful. It's really well illustrated. The colors are great. It's got its own style. I had no idea where this was going because I kind of forgot to look at the cover. I didn't really take in the cover. You just handed me the book and I started reading it. And then the thing happens. And now I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I care anymore. What do you think?
I still care. So I like both Tony Fleece and Dave Wachter. I think they're both great. This is a weird-ass book. Yes. The beginning is very funny. Especially when you it's the pacing of the book is really impressive to me. The slow reveal of little inconsistencies in this kid's normal life, and then it just kind of goes full tilt. And I didn't know what to feel, but then I was like, "This is a weird juxtaposition of real and fake in a way I can't recall before in comics."
Yeah.
I mean. I don't even want to spoil it too much. There's movies that blend media and stuff, but I can't think of it. You know who did try to do this, and I couldn't finish it was Murphy with plot holes.
Oh, Sean Murphy, plot holes. Yeah. No, I didn't care.
Couldn't even finish it. Didn't care. This is much
This seems
better.
like this would work much better in television or movie.
You could say that about, but. This was I don't know. I found I guess refreshing.
It's charming.
It's very charming. Does this feel vital? No. Does this feel sweet and fun and probably a really banger little mini that you can give to somebody? Yeah.
That's it. Sure. It's not that I don't want to read it. It's that I think I'm probably going to wait for trade on this.
Yeah. I can totally see that. But this was, to your point though, speculator wise. Yeah, this does read like it's a show or a movie waiting to happen. Yeah. Pick up your first issue.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Pretty fresh.
I think it's pretty fresh. It was a very breezy read, and I really liked it. And I'm a big fan of crows.
Points for originality too.
Oh yeah. Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Speaking of originality, we're gonna go with the ultimate book that is like nothing else.
It really isn't.
Ultimate X-Men #2 with art and story by Peach Momoko. We both really liked the first issue.
Yeah, we did.
Because it was nothing like an X-Men book. It was like a horror book. It was like a manga, Junji Ito fueled supernatural horror book. How'd you feel about issue 2?
I was confused. I think the whole time. Well, first of all, it's hard. I don't want to spoil it. A certain character shows up, and I go, "Oh, that's a neat choice."
It's a new character.
Is it?
Completely new character.
Okay.
There's no allusion to anyone else.
Cool. But other than that, I really liked it until I got to the very end when we're introduced to a character, and I don't know where that character came from or how he's involved or what. But it feels like the story wants me to know how he's involved. But I actually went back and like reread some bits trying to figure out where he exists in the previous bits of story.
He doesn't. I actually I did. I'll tell you off mic what I think this is.
Okay.
But I think that's a general problem with this book, the pacing of this issue. So it not only immediately. This book is paced like a dream, and I don't know how my mileage will vary with that.
Right.
People just show up in scene. There's no transitions. Time, I have no idea if a day or 3 months pass.
Yep.
It's all dream logic, which is cool in a horror book. But I need to feel a grounded kind of where are we in this story and where are we going next in this story. It could be weird. It could be crazy. It could be supernatural. But I can't even tell what's happening. Art's really pretty.
The art is pretty. I didn't really have trouble with what was happening except for the one spot that I didn't want to spoil.
It was supposed to be a scene transition. The burning.
Yeah. No, I figured that one out. I got that, but then the person who's introduced, I was like, where did that person come from? But yeah, this this girl is basically dealing with the suicide of a friend of hers that was in her school, while dealing with her emerging mutant abilities as armor. And then is introduced to a new character. So they're slowly building up some friendship here.
I think an inarticulate way, and also an unfair way to talk about this book is it doesn't feel like X-Men. I don't think X-Men needs to feel like anything, but I do find myself more not concerned, but like, with this issue than I did with the first one. The first one kind of presented this cool mystery or this cool, like, where am I? Yeah. This one is just even deeper down the well with nothing to, like, stop your descent or slow your descent. So I'm like, I really hope this is more of like maybe just a poorly plotted second issue and the real narrative drive is like in the next one and the one before. Do you know what I mean? Like, like this is maybe a good example of form versus factor when we're talking about an original graphic novel that's its full story or issues, because sometimes an issue, like something that's supposed to be an OGN cut into issues, you get kind of like a leave you in the middle of a sentence, nothing to hold on to at the end of an issue. Yeah. And that's what this felt like.
This whole series feels like what we would get about 2 years into the Ultimate X-Men line, and then there would be a mini-series about armor.
Yeah.
Not a way to kick off a new universe X-Men book. Very strange.
Yeah, world is very small. I don't hate it. It's just this makes me feel like should I be reading this in issues?
Right.
But yeah, it's fresh enough.
Yeah,
just
fresh
because
enough.
I'm down with the project. I just don't know how much I'm digging it. What do you want to talk about next, my dude?
Well, I guess we'll talk about Rat City.
Rat!
From Image Comics by Erica Scholes and Zay Carlos.
Sure.
There is nothing on this cover save the design of the character that lets you know this is a Spawn tie-in book.
Well, au contraire, there's a logo here that says New You and a little Spawn face in the middle of it.
Oh, his little skull.
It's the Spawny universe, I guess.
Still doesn't let anyone know that.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but Gunslinger Spawn, the book, is now just called Gunslinger.
It sells well enough, I guess, so whatever.
It's just strange that they've like taken all the Spawn out of all of the things when they're trying to build a universe of Spawn books. So this is a very far future Spawn tale.
2107 or something like that, I think it starts in. Yeah, 2107. Wow, I remembered
that. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this to me read like a great issue of Spawn, and that sounds like a compliment. It technically is, but I think Spawn, the main series, is so boringly plotted and told.
Oh my God, yes.
I think it's one of the slowest, prettiest like books in the modern era.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh, that's not terrible. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Version of that.
Yeah.
But they give you maybe like, this is such a weird book. The whole setup is this own separate thing in the farther future, like 100 years in the future, of war crimes, mercenaries, cybernetic testing, and it's its own separate book. And then in the middle of it, hey, by the way, something in 2019 with Al Simmons happened, and it
by the way, if you don't know, is Spawn.
Which you can't tell from this.
Right.
Reverberated through all of time and space, and just happens to affect this guy's cybernetics.
His
and
nanobots.
And then we're down.
Yeah. This was strange.
It's such. It feels like one book was happening, and the other one smacked it in the face.
Yeah.
And was like, "Oh no, this is my book now."
Yeah.
And it's so jarring.
It's funny because it's. I think it's well written.
Oh yeah.
I think it's well illustrated. Like those aren't a problem. It's really the sort of bird's eye view of this whole thing of like, okay, what? So it's a Spawn book, but you don't want to tell anybody on the cover that it's a Spawn book. But then also you're going to explicitly tie in the regular Spawn book, but also not really tell you anything about that Spawn book.
It's like
weird.
It's a deep cut Spawn thing that happened 4 or 5 years ago too, right?
I don't even remember. I have no
idea. In the comics, yeah.
I stopped reading it after Todd McFarlane left.
You know what would have been cool? Maybe like a introduction page.
Yeah.
Just explaining the Spawn universe or whatever.
Even if you copied and pasted a bunch of panels out of Spawn to give you like, here's stuff that happens.
So,
you know.
So when you have a line of books, whether they be Avengers, Spider-Man, in this case Spawn, whatever, and from a marketing perspective, all of these different styles of story or they're entry points into the funnel. You want to open. You don't want to like push all these people through one door. You want to open a bunch of doors and let them come in however they want.
Yeah.
That doesn't work when you don't even let them know what they're like, where they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's just, it feels jarring.
I want to see if I'm trying to find the thing with Spawn, Al Simmons, and
it's the big boom.
And I'm trying to see if it actually tells you, for more on this, read Spawn 103.
Right there. You skipped it. There it is right there. Any indicia?
Nope.
Okay.
No. Another time, another place. When Al Simmons succeeded in the necroplasmic detonation in 2019. Like, this is no way to get people into your universe, man. It's a good-looking book, though. This is real nice.
I really like the art, and yes, I was becoming invested in these mercenaries and the shitty ones and the one we're following, where he is now. Like, I was getting invested in all that, and then it got kicked in the nuts by deep Spawn continuity.
Yeah.
With no grounding. I'm like, whatever.
It also has interesting things to say about the military and how our troops are sort of like put to the wayside.
It feels like, I don't know, maybe Erica Schultz had a pitch for another book and they were like, yo, make it Spawn.
Make it Spawn, dog. Yeah, it's a shame.
It's fresh enough.
But I guess, if you're on the Spawn universe, Spawn you.
Fresh enough. Barely fresh.
And we're gonna wrap it up with Transformers number 7.
A book I hate.
You son of a bitch, you liar.
Yeah,
Daniel Warren Johnson wrote this one. He has been writing and drawing the first 6 issues of this. He is continuing to write it, but he has handed the art chores off to Jorge Corona. And knowing that this was coming, I was immediately disappointed.
Yep.
The fact that, nothing against Jorge Corona.
Yep.
But I wanted me some DWJ all up in this John.
Correct.
And so I was like, all right, well, the first 6 issues, and I caught up. I read 5 and 6 before jumping into this one.
6 was a beast.
So good.
6 was a beast.
So good.
Beast.
The things that happens with the
6 was a beast.
Yeah.
And its ramifications for the entire universe.
Matrix of leadership.
If you can resupply energy that way, the Earth is fucked. Yeah. Absolutely fucked. People are fucked.
People are fucked. Yeah. But luckily, the leadership, the matrix of leadership, usually goes to the good guys.
The follow-up reveal. No, that's just charging the energon.
Yeah.
But if you can use that to charge all or any energon, people are fucked. Oh. Yeah, dude. is thinking in real time.
Yeah.
Without spoiling the book.
No.
Human beings are not meant for this world if
that's the way it goes.
If a power source is all that's needed.
Damn.
Okay, but the reveal in this about like how far that goes in regards to the matrix of leadership.
Yeah.
Beautiful scene.
So good.
This book is great. Jorge Corona crushes it.
Oh, he crushes it. That's what I didn't get to.
It maintains the style.
Yeah, I was disappointed, but then I was like, oh no, never mind. This is fine. This is wonderful.
Word bird.
Yeah. Absolutely, I can't recommend. Transformers is my favorite book on the shelves right now, and I never thought I would say that.
Not gonna lie about that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Damn.
Fresh as fuck.
Fresh as fuck.
We're running out of things to say about
week.
this book, but we're gonna talk about it every goddamn time.
Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of Transformers, and also maybe the Spawn universe. I want to hear from you people who like Spawn. Tell me what you guys thought of Rat City. And then go to YouTube and listen to the show wherein we talk about...
Oh, we're gonna talk about, what are we gonna talk about
Tonight
what are we doing right now? Monkey Man. Written and directed by Dev Patel.
Yeah. So that should be up by the time you're listening to this. And thanks so much, and we'll talk at you later.
Free comics. Bye.
Sentimental part of me ceases to be. I waited all winter just to see her breathe. Show me your best kept secrets, and I'll never ever tell.
Thank you for listening to the Cult Pop Network, home to podcasts, live shows, and a whole lot of fun stuff for every flavor of fan. Follow us wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and be sure to join us live every Wednesday night at youtube.com/CultPopGo at 8 p.m. Eastern. While you're there, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you'll know when we drop new Thunder Rounds and episodes of Fresh Floppies, a spoiler-free show about single-issue comics released each week. Until then, we'll talk at you later.